You know the snow will slowly melt, but my love will never die.
Sebastian Rogers missing since Feb 26, 2024. Missing from Hendersonville. TN age now 15, sex male, race white hair color brown, eye color brown, height 5'5", weight 120 lbs. Description: last seen wearing a black sweatshirt, black sweatpants, and glasses. An Amber Alert has been issued on behalf of the Sumner County Sheriff's Office for Sebastian Wayne Drake Rogers. Sebastian is a 15-year-old white male, 5 feet 5 inches tall, 120 pounds, with brown hair and brown eyes. Sebastian was last seen on February 26, 2024 in the area of Stafford Court in Hendersonville, Tennessee. Sebastian was last seen wearing a black sweatshirt, black sweatpants, and glasses. Sebastian has a medical condition that may impair his ability to return safely without assistance. If you have seen Sebastian or have information regarding his whereabouts, please contact the Sumner County Emergency Communications Center at 615-451-3838 or the TBI at 1-800-TBI-FIND. Sumner County Emergency Communications Center, 615-451-3838. Timeline: the disappearance of Sumner County teen Sebastian Rogers. It's now been 2 months since 15-year-old Sebastian Wayne Drake Rogers disappeared from his home in Hendersonville, with still no signs of the missing teen. The case sparked a massive search in Sumner County that stretched thousands of miles. Multiple agencies assisted in the ground search for a little over a week before officials said they were scaling back to focus their efforts on the investigative side. His disappearance has also garnered national attention, with many local community members continuing to push to keep Sebastian's face and name in the spotlight as the days he's been missing continue to compile. Only about a week after Sebastian went missing, another disappearance captured the nation's attention. Thousands of volunteers joined the search for 22-year-old Riley Strain, who went missing while on a fraternity trip to Nashville. Since the discovery of Strain's body in the Cumberland River on March 22, some of those resources have now been redirected to the search for Sebastian, including volunteer search groups organized by the United Cajun Navy. Below is a full timeline of everything that has happened in the case to date. Monday, February 26, the search for Sebastian begins. The Tennessee Bureau of Investigation, TBI, issued an endangered child alert at approximately 11:17 a.m. on behalf of the Sumner County Sheriff's Office. In the alert, investigators wrote that Sebastian was last seen earlier that day near Stafford Court in Hendersonville. He was described as wearing a black sweatshirt, black sweatpants and glasses. Close to a dozen agencies including the TBI, Tennessee Highway Patrol, Nashville Fire Department, City of Hendersonville's first responders, Sumner County Sheriff's Office, and Shackle Island Volunteer Fire all began searching for the teen on Monday, February 26. Sumner County Emergency Management Agency, EMA, Director Ken Widener said there were over 200 searchers on the ground that day, with multiple K-9 teams, mounted units, helicopter crews, and even drones being deployed. As the search stretched into the afternoon, the TBI sent out another tweet at 4:35 p.m. asking residents living in the area around Beach High School and along Long Hollow Pike to check their outbuildings, garages, and cars in case Sebastian was using any as hiding places. "I can't recall off the top of my head when the last search like this was," Chief Deputy Eric Craddock with the Sumner County Sheriff's Office told News 2. "Obviously, this one is exponentially more important, being a child who does have autism." The search teams covered a nearly 5-mile radius in the Beach and Shackle Island area. Tuesday, February 27, TBI issues Amber Alert. The search for Sebastian continued Tuesday, February 27, with the TBI upgrading the alert level to an Amber Alert around 3:25 p.m. Officials said the decision to upgrade the alert was based on additional investigative information developed during the search. The urgency of the search was already increasing as colder temperatures were expected to move into the area and authorities were unsure whether or not Sebastian was properly dressed for the weather. Dozens of agencies continued searching and began employing unique tactics suggested by community members, such as playing Sebastian's favorite song, "Eye of the Tiger." A potential sighting was reported on Newman's Trail, but officials confirmed it was not Sebastian. By February 27, searchers had covered over 2,000 miles on foot and went through Sebastian's home multiple times. In a press conference, authorities continued to urge residents to check their surveillance cameras and report any possible information that could help lead to Sebastian. Wednesday, February 28, TBI puts out statement. Officials continued looking for the missing teen amid rain and 40-degree temperatures on Wednesday, February 28. Due to growing public interest, the TBI put out a statement explaining why Sebastian's parents were unable to share more details about the missing teen. Understandably, there is interest in hearing from friends and family to help provide more of a personal context about Sebastian. However, we have been requested by the family to let local media know that they are not in a position to speak to or be available to the media at this time. We have told them that while we would relay their message, it would be the decision of the individual media outlets and reporters to proceed as they see fit. TBI spokesperson Thursday, February 29. Search for Sebastian hits 4 days. In a press conference Thursday, February 29, officials said they had received several tips amid calls for people to check their surveillance cameras, but none were confirmed sightings of Sebastian. There was a glimpse of hope that day as search dogs tracked a scent, but it turned out to be a false alert. Investigators also drained a pond to the east of Sebastian's home and found nothing. Saturday, March 2, reward offered for information as the search for Sebastian entered its 6th day, with officials stating that there still had not been any sightings. The sheriff's office told News to an anonymous group of business owners in the Nashville area had pledged a minimum cash reward of $3,000 for information. Sunday, March 3, Sebastian's mother and stepfather speak out. The reward for information was raised to $3,500 on Sunday, March 3. Sebastian's mother and stepfather also spoke publicly for the first time that day, telling a podcast host more details about his disappearance. Monday, March 4, searches scaled back. Authorities announced Monday, March 4, they were scaling back the ground search for Sebastian and transitioning to an investigation after a week of intensive efforts and still no signs of the missing teen. This does not diminish our commitment to finding Sebastian, Craddock said during a press conference. This is simply us transitioning from the ground search to the investigative side. During the March 4 press conference, Craddock also said there were no leads, no details to indicate that Sebastian is not alive. Thursday, March 7, officials search Kentucky landfill. The search for Sebastian took investigators to Kentucky on Thursday, March 7, where they searched a landfill. According to the sheriff's office, the landfill in White Plains, Kentucky, was where trash went from Sebastian's neighborhood in the beach area. Officials called the search of the landfill a precautionary measure to eliminate possible options and questions and said there was no specific information indicating evidence related to the search for Sebastian was there. The search concluded that evening, with authorities later stating that it did not provide any additional clues as to what happened to Sebastian. While we had hoped for a different outcome, our commitment to finding Sebastian remains unwavering, said Sumner County Sheriff Sonny Weatherford. We will continue to explore all available avenues and resources to bring closure to this case and provide answers to Sebastian's family and loved ones. Friday, March 15, TBI releases more information after a full week without any new updates in the case. The TBI released additional information letting the public know more about what was going on in the investigation. At that stage in the investigation, the agency said there were still few clues indicating what happened to Sebastian or where he may be. Officials also noted that Sebastian's family was being cooperative and there was still no proof of any criminal element. We have not forgotten about Sebastian. Much of the work currently being done to bring Sebastian home may not necessarily be public or visible, the TBI said in a statement. The TBI also cautioned the public about surveillance video being shared online, saying it may have been misinterpreted or misidentified, and at the time, nothing gathered from home and business surveillance systems had been determined to be significant. Numerous search warrants had been executed by Friday, March 15, with cell phone data analyzed, and any other available digital evidence searched and documented. Thursday, March 21, Sebastian's father searches park. Sebastian's father, Seth Rogers, began searching Natchez Trace State Park for his son on Thursday, March 21 after saying somebody told Sebastian's mother to search the area, which is more than 100 miles from Sumner County. I've been all around Nashville. I've been passing out flyers. It's time to start branching out farther. I just want to find my son, Seth Rogers told News 2. I'm not going to give up hope. While nothing was found at the park on Thursday, March 21, Sebastian's father organized multiple other search parties in the days following. Friday, March 22, Sebastian's mother releases statement amid calls for more resources as the search for missing Missouri student Riley Strain came to an end on Friday, March 22. Several online content creators who had been aiding in the search started calling for efforts to turn to finding Sebastian. A mom and TikToker with 92,000 followers took to social media to call for the help of the United Cajun Navy, a non-profit organization that had been involved in the search for Strain. With Sebastian missing for almost 4 weeks by Friday, March 22, his mother, Katie Proudfoot, also provided a statement to News 2. Unfortunately, with no new legitimate leads, our statement remains the same. We are trying to get his face out there to everyone because I think the more people know and search, the better chance we have of finding him. We do appreciate the support from the neighborhood and community. We want to let the community know that we don't have words to express our gratitude for the support we have received in searching for our son, and we pray that everyone continues to help search and pray that we find him and bring him home safe. The pain of our son's absence is beyond words. We ask that everyone everywhere remain aware and continue to look for anything that can help us find Sebastian and bring him home. Katie Proudfoot. Monday, March 25. United Cajun Navy joins search. The United Cajun Navy began setting up headquarters at 90 Volunteer Drive in Hendersonville on Monday, March 25 after answering calls to join in the search for Sebastian. The non-profit organization said it is working independently from the sheriff's office. The United Cajun Navy was supposed to hold a safety briefing on Tuesday, March 26 for those wanting to volunteer, but it was postponed due to unsafe weather conditions. The first organized volunteer search for Sebastian launched Wednesday, March 27. The turnout was enough for an all-day search, with efforts coming to an end around 3 p.m. Volunteer search crews planned to head out again on Thursday, March 28. We normally do not deploy twice in the same area, but the outpouring was so strong for us to stay and look for Sebastian, that we said, you know what? Since we are here, let's do it. Kevin LaFond, Press and Communications Officer with the UCN, said. Friday, March 29, United Cajun Navy calls off search. The United Cajun Navy called off its search for Sebastian on Friday, March 29. In a statement on social media, the organization said the decision to pull back and regroup was made due to increasing safety concerns and the upcoming Easter holiday. The safety concerns were reportedly related to alleged death threats. This decision was not taken lightly and is made with the safety of all volunteers in mind. The United Cajun Navy wrote, "We want to thank all the volunteers that plan to be out searching today." Tuesday, April 2, officials provide update in investigation. Officials with the Sumner County Sheriff's Office held a press conference on Tuesday, April 2 to answer questions about the ongoing search for Sebastian. As of April 2, Chief Deputy Eric Craddock said there still was no evidence pointing to foul play in Sebastian's disappearance, but authorities were not ruling anything out. Investigators were continuing to follow multiple leads on Tuesday, with the TBI having received 314 tips. TBI spokesperson Susan Nyland said some of those tips were related to misinformation and rumors being spread on social media. She asked that the community continue to share information, but about things like conversations people may have had with the missing teen, where he liked to go, and any people he may have mentioned that are in his life. Officials also confirmed that a pair of glasses had been found during Tuesday's press conference. However, Craddock said authorities were still working to determine if they were connected to Sebastian. "My hope and prayer is that Sebastian is still alive. We're going to continue to work on this investigation and follow every lead that comes in," Craddock said. "Some of this may revert back to us going over some things that we've already done for the 6th, 7th, 8th time. A fresh set of eyes never hurt anything." As far as the United Cajun Navy, Craddock said the sheriff's office had not been made aware of any threats made against the organization. Few other updates have been provided in the search for Sebastian. However, the public has continued to push to keep the case in the spotlight by putting up signs in their yards and posting flyers from the sheriff's office in local businesses and on social media outlets. Numerous vigils have also been held in the weeks since Sebastian went missing, with community members wearing green on Friday, March 1 to support Sebastian and his family. Sebastian is 5 feet, 5 inches tall and 120 pounds with dirty blonde hair. If you have seen Sebastian or have info about his whereabouts, call the Sumner County Sheriff's Office at 615-451-3838 or TBI at 1-800-TBI-FIND.
Yeah. Everybody knows that I'm breaking down. Everybody knows I ain't faking now. Everybody knows my heart's vacant now. Yeah, she hates me now, I made mistakes but now I don't ever wanna be alone. I don't really ever feel at home. On my own, in the zone, that's the only way I know. Feeling low, about to blow back up. Here I won't ever let the doubt creep in. Gotta pop a couple more aspirin. I don't think I'll ever let you in. Easier to break it off best friends. I don't really understand myself. I don't really understand, need help. I don't wanna be left on the shelf. Couldn't even hear me if I yelled.
It's so cold outside, I'm alone